Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Super excited for today's video. It's all about La Bouche Rouge Paris and their new perfumes. We're gonna be sampling each of their 5 new parfums, and I'm gonna be giving you my thoughts, what I experienced sampling them over the last few days. I'm gonna chat about why these new perfumes are so revolutionary, clean, upcycled, refillable, a lot of good stuff going on there. So if you want to hear all about these new beautiful perfumes and see what this cute thing is on my head, just keep watching, and please don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and hit the notification bell. I appreciate it when you do. Now let's jump in. Okay guys, before I jump in, of course I have to talk about my Breezy Tee product of the day. I am rocking our Cocoa Blush Boho Headband, okay? Super easy, super quick, really chic, I think. And you can scrunch it how you want. You can fold it out. It's a large band. Okay, you can wear it many ways. They come in lots of colors. This is unlike our head wrap, same material, but we have the bands for the people who don't want to wrap it themselves. They want options, just a simple band, throw in their head and go on their way. But same cool, chic material. Okay, so you can dress them up, you can dress them down, you can wear them to run errands, same thing, work out. You decide. If you want to check out any of our boho headbands, you can visit us at breezytee.com or our Etsy shop. Links will be in the description below. Okay, guys, so today is all about La Bouche Rouge Paris, La Bouche Rouge Paris, and their new perfumes. Perfume videos are not my favorite. I'm going to be straight up about that. And that's only because I like talking about things I'm super duper knowledgeable about. Otherwise, I'm not going to talk about it. I'm one of those people. I like to know what I'm talking about. So because I feel like my vocabulary is still not where it needs to be or maybe I don't even want it to be for fragrances, this one was too good to pass up. These are revolutionary perfumes, and I just support La Bouche Rouge so much. I was too excited to not bring these to you. So if you don't know who La Bouche Rouge is, they are a beauty brand out of Paris, a clean, sustainable beauty brand, okay? Not one that just talks the talk. They absolutely walk the walk, and I've been on the ride with them now since they were just selling lip products, okay? And they've grown since then, and I'm so excited for them because they're a brand I absolutely will continue to follow but believe in because of their mission. They're really serious about what they're putting into the world and how they make their products and trying to make them as sustainable as possible, and they've succeeded thus far, okay? So now we have perfumes, and they're just pushing the industry even further, okay? I was generously gifted the Manifest set from the brand. I was going to buy it anyway, the Manifest set. I was excited. I was ready to get it on the day, but I was gifted this set, so I didn't have to. And the Manifest set is a sample set, and it has each of the 5 new fragrances in it, okay? So there are 5 fragrances, and what they're saying is 5 colors, 5 different moods, all right? We have a red, we have a blue, we have a rose, we have a nude, and we have an amber. So obviously I'm not gonna try out for 5 perfumes today, but what I've been doing over the last few days is testing them on myself and my husband, and I've been keeping notes about the experiences that both of us had, which were very different because our chemistry is different. And I have one more to try on that I haven't tried on yet, so I'm gonna be doing that here with you guys. In fact, we're probably gonna start with that. Okay, let's put it on and see if it takes me on a trip through the course of this video. So again, clean, sustainable brand. So the box is paper, as is each box that the individual samples come in, and they're also color coded. So here we have Nude, which is the last one I have to try on. So we're gonna try it on, and then we're going to break down this why these are revolutionary, okay? So Nude comes in paper. They actually give you directions on the box. I'm not sure if you can see it because it is nude writing. In nude writing, the blue one is in blue, the red is in red. So this is a little faint. So the packaging for each sample is 100% upcycled and recyclable aluminum, okay? Really, really cool. So what you do is you just snap the top off, right? That simple. You snap the aluminum top off, And now what I'm gonna do is just dab some on my arm, okay? It is a little run. Oh, guys, this first smell. I'm not even gonna look at the notes. I wanna smell, this is what I've been doing. I've been smelling it as soon as we applied it. I've been getting my husband's thoughts and getting my thoughts, and I wanted to see what we smelled before we read what was in each one. I'm getting citrus. It's bright, like it's like a bouquet of scents. It's really, really bright and just really, really fruity. It smells good. Maybe some rose in there. I'm getting really, really nice. I can't tell you, this first burst is really, really. And I don't think I mentioned, this is Extraits De Parfums concentration, okay? So they last, okay? They've got lasting power. This smells so good. So the first thing I'm gonna say, fruity and some rose. If you're familiar with La Bouche Rouge makeup, you know that the leather cases that the products will come in, so this is a lipstick bullet, the leather that they use comes from Atelier, and they use the scraps from there to get their leather for their products. Well, the perfume bottles are glass, and they too will come in, of course, the known La Bouche Rouge leather, and each color will have the color leather assigned to it, the same one as the name, okay? So the nude will have a nude shade. Let's see what this nude is talking about. Oh, and there is 100 ml. I wanted to say that each bottle is 100 ml. So, a sensual caress on silken skin, intimate but not innocent. Alexandra Monet, perfumer. So the top note is fig and bergamot. Citrusy, fruity. I knew it. I knew it. The heart note is rose and iris, so I'm getting some of that rose already. And the base note, cedarwood and gaiac wood, okay? I'm not... Now, it's funny because this is only the second one out of the 5 that the top notes have sung on me. On my husband, they have. But for me, I usually smell first either the heart or the base notes. I'm getting these top notes. Strong and they're really, really nice. Yep. Now that it's been identified, the fruitiness along with the citrus, I am getting fig. Very, very nice. Nude and rose were the two that I thought from reading them were going to be the ones. Those were going to be my ones. Those were going to be my ones. I had a nice little surprising journey while trying these out. So right now, because I'm living in the top notes, okay, there's nothing to report back on this perfume right now. I'll let you know as it develops. So let's dig into the collection as a whole. They went to Grasse, if you're familiar with perfumes, and France. Grasse is the city where the great perfumes, it's a great perfume city, right, come from. So La Bouche Rouge naturally turned to Grasse for their manufacture, and then they assigned each color to a perfumer, or maybe the perfumer chose their color. But each one is different, so there's a completely different voice for each perfume, which I love, right? And they say, depending on your mood, that's how you should choose the colors, which is the 5 moods, the 5 colors. But I want to talk about what's making this release so revolutionary. So Nicolas Gellier, the founder of La Bouche Rouge, says that these fragrances are about to launch a revolution in fragrance, which I hope is true. They're doing some amazing things, and like I said, they walk the walk in terms of pushing the industry forward. I have yet to see the downside of things being cleaner. Fragrance is one of those things too that people's skin, a lot of people reject it because of the ingredients in it. I didn't wear perfume for a long time because it always used to make me itchy, and I just didn't like the way I felt with it on. So if we can get the diversity and we can get the punch that the different perfumes give us, or the freshness and the potency from a clean product, what's the downside? I don't see the downside. And it's better for the earth. So it took them 2 years using a lot of upcycled ingredients. And I thought this was cool. So the cedarwood essence, some of it is made from the sawdust left behind at a factory in Virginia. I thought that was really cool to hear about where they're getting the different things. Rose Damascus, which is a very high demand ingredient, they were able to recreate it using technology that can extract the scent without petrochemicals. That is where science just wins me over. This is the part that intrigues me, and this is the part that should be pushing the industry forward. This is exciting for me. This is the nerd in me. When I was reading this, I was like, oh, this is so cool how they're doing it. So he said, Nicholas says, with some creativity, some pragmatic decisions, and some advanced technology, they have managed to create a large portfolio of natural upcycled ingredients. So they're starting with 5, and you do have a range. You really do have a range. I don't know if more will come out in the future, but with the technology there, I would imagine so. They can dibble and dabble and try different things and maybe do limited edition scents in the future. I'm not sure, but super excited what they've landed on. I already loved what they were doing with makeup, but this was just really, really, really nice turn to see them pull out 5 fragrances, very different fragrances, will give you different experiences. So they're 93% natural origin ingredients, 30% upcycled ingredients, organic based alcohol, recovering and revaluing surplus raw materials. Okay, you can find the ingredients on the Bouche Rouge page. In each perfume listing, there will be a video from each perfumer talking about what their fragrance means to them and how it came about, which I find really interesting. I love hearing the backstory behind things. So you can go there and get their words and see if their words align with what you think about the fragrance. Now, I don't want to make an hour-long video, okay? So I'm going to jump into my experience and what my husband experienced when we tried out these samples over the last few days. Okay, so we're gonna start with Rouge, okay? The red one. We have Rouge here, and like I told you, each box has the corresponding colors on it. Now, again, Extraits De Parfums. 100 mils, each perfume. It's anything but reasonable. It's like a jewel adorning a woman's neck. That is how Dora Bagrish, the perfumer, describes this perfume. Right out the gate, my husband and I had completely different experiences. On him, a burst, okay, of just different things going on. Not in a bad way at all. It was lovely and it was overwhelming and it was really, really like loud. That's the word I'm going to use. Really loud. It was a very floral, a loud floral, right? He thought more green floral. Remember, we tried them on and then we went to see what the notes were. So he thought a more green floral. On me, immediately, I got patchouli. I got the benzoin, the cedar. I didn't get the ginger. I didn't get any of that. My chemistry just went immediately for the base notes. On him, completely different experience, okay? And then intense, much more intense experience. He got what the perfumer described. I didn't, but I didn't mind it. Love patchouli, still smelled really, really good, but it was very interesting to see. Midday, it went a little powdery for both of us, eh? Both of us, little powdery. My husband didn't love it at that point. I didn't love the powdery scent. Like a couple of hours in, it's not my favorite. But then the most interesting thing happened. A woody smell, not the most interesting thing if you know how perfumes go, but it was interesting, the turnaround, because I had thought when I read it, red is going to be too much for me. I'm not going to enjoy red. And I liked the initial, right? But then it went to powder and I said, aha, I was right. I knew there was just something not going to work and I wasn't going to love it. By the end of the day, it had the sweetest scent and everything had come together that I absolutely loved red. Not the end, like I'm going to sleep and I loved it then, but there was the third part of the trip I took with red. I went from the patchouli to the powdery bit, and then it developed into the most lovely, lovely scent in a way that it completely turned me around, and red is now a consideration for me. Okay, so the top notes are ginger and peppercorn, heart notes patchouli and benzoin, and base notes cedarwood and vetiver. So hopefully our experience aligns with, you can see how it aligns with these notes. And so both of us were really impressed the third part of the journey. The first one was really good. The middle was for both of us. And then by the end, when everything came together, very, very happy about Red. So Red completely took us on a trip. One that the perfumer describes, sort of. And in the end, something I really didn't think I would like, I ended up loving, and it is on the list now. Like, this is one I might get. I'm not sure if I mentioned this, but when you buy the Manifest set, you will get a coupon for $25 that the set costs. And you can get that back when you purchase a full, or use the coupon towards a full perfume. So that's something to consider too, right? So next up is blue. And again, blue writing. The leather is going to be blue. We've got a lot of blue going on here. And this is described as a wave of freshness under a hot sun. From Alexis Grugillon, the perfumer for this one. Again, if you go to Bouche Rouge's website, you can hear from the perfumer themselves and what they were trying to evoke with each scent. And he said a line that I loved. He said, this has a delicate saltiness to it, okay? And blue, I thought ocean, I don't really love those kind of fragrances typically. So I discounted blue when I read the notes. I said, probably not gonna be my cup of tea, okay? So this is what we experienced, okay? Blue, my husband, citrus straight off the bat. I mean, it was like citrus. He said immediately, this smells like summer to him. That's what he got. I got a strong root vegetable. It was very, very interesting. It smelled like a root vegetable, very, very earthy, then quickly smelled floral, okay? I got a decent amount of citrus as well when I first put it on. This is where we align. We both got the same scent initially. When we first put it on, it smelled the same on both of us. My husband said, it's like, yeah, it does remind him like a summer breeze. He kept going back to summer. This was a very consistent perfume. The scent lingered throughout the day, and what I smelled initially is pretty much what carried both of us through for the entire day. I smelled it on him. I smelled it on myself. It carried us through the entire day. Very consistent, but in a really great way. Top note, lavender and pink pepper. Heart note, geranium bourbon and centifolia rose. Base note, cedarwood and incense, okay? So the cedarwood and incense worked its way in at some point. That was the major change, because I was getting the florals and I was getting the citrus, but see, there were no citrus notes and it was driving me nuts. So I had to do a little research, and in my research found that pepine is found in pink peppercorns. It's found in the peels of citrus fruit. And I said, okay, that's it. I'm not crazy. So there's an ingredient in my research that I hope is true, that exists in the pink peppercorn. So that's why I was getting such a strong citrus scent. I'm really good at scents, really, really good at picking things up. And it was driving me nuts that I couldn't attribute it to anything with my eyes. So I did have to read. So that is blue. Another one was not on the list. I'm not saying this just because. I really, really mean it. My husband can say now, after trying them all, he smelled this nude one on me. Blue is his favorite. Blue is his favorite scent. He loved what it did throughout the day. He loved the consistency. And when the smokiness, the woodiness came in, it really added to it. And again, it just felt like summer to him and warm weather. So he's from an island, so it probably might evoke some of that too. So he really, really loves it. And it's on the list, guys. Red and blue made it to the list that I didn't think they would be on. So do we talk about the fact that they're refillable, which is huge as well. So you buy the bottle once, okay, and then you will buy the refills thereafter, okay? And same thing, aluminum, like the samples that you get, same thing. Pop the top off, and then you pour that refill into your the bottle that you already purchased. And the tops of the bottle, those are sprays, and the tops are outside is aluminum, and I believe inside is cork, Really, really interesting. I'm looking forward to actually seeing the inside of the cap when I get it, and I will revisit it. I have another Bouche Rouge product coming up, so I will show you the full bottle that I decided to start with, and we'll look at the aesthetics of it when it's in front of us. Next up, we tried Amber. So again, the colors, got that. And you have an ambery brown leather cover that will cover your glass bottle for this one. So, amber, and a sandy rose, enchanting and elegant. So says Coralie Spiche, the perfumer, okay? That's what she said. It's going to be a sandy rose, enchanting and elegant. This was our experience with amber. So now for our experience with Amber. Amber was one of the ones, based on the notes, that was on my short list. I said, which one of these two will I get first? And Amber was one of the two that I thought for sure, reading the notes, this is going to be right up my alley. Okay, so my first hit was vanilla. Put it on, I got vanilla instantly, okay? Interestingly enough, a little bit went on my fingertips, and my fingertips got sandalwood, really, really strong. It was very the same. It was very interesting to see how isolated the two places were. Fingertips, sandalwood. Here was vanilla. That is what I was getting. So I thought that was really interesting, how the chemistry changes on, just a short distance. You're just smelling something completely different. So my husband's first hit was sandalwood, and that stayed with him through the course of the day. It took him a little bit of time for those other softer notes to come in. The floral, sandalwood was heavy on him, but a couple of hours in, it really was a pleasant scent. He had to admit it smelled really, really good. And as the day went on, but there were no, like I said, no big changes. They just kind of slowly emerged into a really beautiful, beautiful scent. With me, a couple of hours in, I got another hit of that vanilla. It wasn't as singular at that point. The other the other notes had joined it, and it just made a really beautifully round scent. It lived up to my expectations. Amber's still high on the list. I think it's a beautiful, beautiful scent, and yes, that was our experience with Amber. Let's talk about their notes. So the top notes for Amber are raspberry and pink pepper, heart notes, rose and saffron, base notes, sandalwood and vanilla. It just really, really, I don't know if I ever fully got the raspberry. There may have been a fruity scent that I have to sit with that one more. I got the other things, very, very, just a nice, it's such a pleasant, beautiful scent. Now, rose was at the top of my list when I first read the notes. And did rose live up to the expectation? We will see. Here we go. So we've got that rose lighting. We've got pink leather on a rose-colored leather. Pale rose. So nothing too overt. A very pale pink color on the bottle. Okay, so some words on rose. As morning breaks, a fresh rose blooms in the Jardin de Bagatelle in Paris. Okay, that is what perfumer Nicolas Bonville, the perfumer, says about this perfume. And this was the one. This was the one I wanted to try the most. And their leather is so incredibly chic that I'm not going to say I'm not drawn to different colors. So I was a little, I was like, oh, I love this one the most. The rose is my least favorite leather, but I love how this sounds the most. And, but that's okay. We're not buying the perfume for the leather. That's okay. I'm going to give you our experience now. So for me, rose, initially, a big citrus burst. That's what I got. That's what was going on. Green flowers. I was getting a lot of green, but still fruity. Okay, there was a greenness to it immediately. My husband, green, his words, green and exotic fruit. Like that's what the initial green separate, and then exotic fruit. That's what he smelled. And then floral really, really soon thereafter. I said a nice mix, and it smells harmonious. It is the scent that carried us through the day. A couple of more hours in for my husband, it got more green. He got rid of the fruits, dissipated a little bit. He specifically said the stems. It definitely smelled like the stems. And for me, I kept that really beautiful mix throughout the day. It really did carry me through the day, and it just completely lived up to my experience. But I feel like the citrus, the floral, the green, you got the different parts of the rose and the experience of the fruits. Oh, so good, so good. Let's talk about these notes. Top notes: red currant and lychee. Told you, fruity. They came through. And it was funny because, again, tried it, then read the notes. So it's important when he said exotic fruits, or I guess if you live where lychees grow, it's not so exotic to you, okay? But we would class that as an exotic fruit, and it really did smell that way. It was just like, oh, come on. Heart notes: geranium, bourbon, and rose, okay? Base notes: cedarwood and musk. So throughout the day, like I said, I was getting the top and heart notes for a really nice amount of time. And then when the cedarwood and the musk, I said it, I was like, oh, I think I get that. I smell that musk coming through, and it grounded it. It grounded the scent, and it's beautiful. I loved it. It's fresh. Each one of these smelled so fresh. That's a theme that I can say went through all of them. There was a real nice freshness to all of them. Each scent was light. Not light in terms of performance, but there was just a lightness to each scent. Nothing felt heavy. Nothing felt cloying. Nothing felt overwhelming. Even if initially there was a burst, the burst does dissipate. So I never felt overwhelmed by any scent. And I was pleasantly surprised by 9 hours later, the scent was still lingering. I don't know why in my mind, I guess it's conditioning. Sometimes you hear, or I hear, clean, and you think less than. I've changed my thinking a lot. It was more years and years ago. But you think, oh, they have to skimp on the things that are going to make whatever the thing is more potent. And that's just not the case. I know better now. So I was really pleasantly surprised by the lifespan of each of these scents. And I just think they did a fantastic job. There might be something there for everyone. That whole like masculine, feminine thing. I especially wanted to try it on my husband too, to see what we could pull out of each scent. And those words never came up. We liked it or we didn't like something. We loved something, we didn't like something as much. It wasn't like, oh, this is more masculine, this is more, because really, even what wore to me as more feminine, maybe the wood was more pulled out of him. And so it didn't smell the same way on him. It didn't give me the feminine kind of feel. So you guys will do your own homework and read the notes and see if they appeal to you at the end of the day. So I just checked again, and I'm getting a strong hit of fig. Okay, fig is here. It is present. It is staying. I'm getting fig, and the floral notes are coming in. I'm not getting the base notes yet. We don't have any of that. I'm not getting any of that guaiac wood. I'm not getting any of the cedar wood yet. But I anticipate that it's coming. But this is a really, for me so far, so about, an hour in. And this is a strong fig scent here. And I'm loving it. Really, really nice. Guys, as always, everything I'm wearing on my face, it's not about makeup today, but everything I'm wearing on my face will be in the description below. And I am wearing a face full of La Bouche Rouge, of course. I have from the cheeks to the eyes to the bronzer, the lipstick, of course. I've got a lot of La Bouche Rouge going on. And now I smell like a fantastic La Bouche Rouge fragrance. So that's just the cherry on top. So that's it for me. I hope this video was not too convoluted. A lot going on, a lot had to get in there. And so, yeah, I'm just excited. And let me know if you're a fan of La Bouche Rouge. Have you tried their makeup? Are you looking forward to trying a fragrance or two? Is this something that excites you? Are you looking for more clean products where you can? Is that something that you consider? If you know, in my videos, when I do my clean beauty, clean makeup videos, I always say they're my favorite type of videos. So yeah, so let me know in the comments below where you land on fragrance. Do you not wear fragrance because the ingredients have an adverse effect on you? Let me know that too. So would you consider cleaner ones just to see? Just let me know. Let me know in the comments below. And as always, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and hit the notification bell. I appreciate it when you guys do. And of course, if you want to check out any of our boho headbands, any of our t-shirt, hair towel wraps, satin line beanies, satin line knit beanies, boho head wraps, and more, you can visit us at breezytee.com. And for any of our luxury lifestyle accessories, you can visit us at breezytee.com. I will check you guys in the next video. Ciao for now. Bye.